we'll have this discussion.
Discussion? What discussion?
This is a discussion.
Combustion.
Coming to you from Denver, Colorado, this is Discussion Combustion Podcast with your hosts, Kevin Batstone and Arthur Raw.
Good spot right here in DCPC. I was telling Art too before you got here, we went back and listened to your original audio message that you sent us on IG, and I was like, man, after 150 episodes, that's the first time we've had a guest reach out to us like that. I was like, he's for real. He's hungry.
Yeah, I thought that was real professional, man. Because that's kind of going old school, like, leaving a voicemail, but it wasn't a voicemail, it was like an Instagram mail, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you hit us up professionally. We got AGM Ghettokiid in the building tonight on this DCPC episode. We're super hyped up to have you in here, man. I used to be heavily involved in the hip hop stuff. Like, probably I'm getting older now, so it's been a while. But so I'm excited to talk about that and just kind of hear your story, man. We did watch that interview; it was good too.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, it looked well produced. So probably some of the similar questions. I mean, coming out of the gate, how did you get to be sitting across this table from us?
I just kept being myself. I just kept making music and being myself and just staying dedicated to what I want to do in life, just making it happen, putting my mind on it.
Staying hungry?
Yes, sir.
And where did a lot of that, ambition and that drive kind of originate from? Like, when did you feel like, man, this is what I got to do and this is how I'm going to do it?
I used to do, in school, I used to do, talent shows.
Okay.
And so, I don't know, I would just always be a closed-off type of person, So I just wanted to get something out, show people who I was, And then I guess I would perform like an Eminem show, a song at a talent show in school, 6th grade, 7th grade. And I don't know, that was fun, it was just something to do, and it took my mind off a lot of shit, a lot of things. So.
Man, I got to tell you, because I've made over 90-something songs, and I did fall off with Article. That's my rap name, is Article.
Oh, okay.
And I used to go hard, bro, and I performed in front of a Warner Bros rep, and I've done some things, but back in the day, it really came from self-expression, because I was super insecure, bro. I was so insecure until I was 19, 20. I honestly thought myself out of every situation, every opportunity that I had back then. Yeah. But with music, that was the one area that I felt I was really comfortable. That's where I could let loose, was busting a freestyle in front of a crowd, and people would be feeling that. Mm-hmm. So I feel that truly, man. That's what music should be for. It shouldn't be about flaunting. It shouldn't be about all this other stuff and I got this, I got that. It should be about what you're dealing with and how to overcome. Yeah. And then there's more power to music, and listening to your interview and listening to your lyrics, you totally have a deeper meaning behind stuff.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of I was making heartbroken music and stuff, just because I broke up with an ex, and if she watching, she gonna see it. But just because I broke up with her type shit, I guess I just wanted to put that shit out too, because I couldn't hold things in. So that's self-expression and everything. And also I just been getting into happier type music, like club banger type things, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
just to because instead of putting not negative energy but emotional energy out, it's more of uplifting energy instead of something else. It's more positive. It doesn't get you to think a lot, it's just something you throw on and just forget about whatever you're thinking about, you know what I'm saying, in that day.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I love about music, man. I danced around a little bit. I played for the Ridge Runners here in Denver for a while, and when I would write songs, my go-to was heartbreak. Right, I got in a relationship, and it was kind of a tear in your beer kind of music. That's where I would naturally gravitate to as a songwriter, was kind of the sad time. So I can understand that. But what happened for me, I don't know if this related for you, but I got kind of stuck in that same writer's block kind of rut a little bit, where all my stuff started to sound the same. Or I'm tired of crying about this girl. I'm tired of singing about whiskey, right? Yeah. So it's kind of hard to. I always struggle with getting out of that dynamic and open my mind a little bit to different styles.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, it was kind of hard to switch up too, because just at the moment, all I wanted to talk about was my emotions, and just let things out. So I just had to change my mindset about things, and then I did that, and then I just started seeing it in different perspective. of how I could have like, this shit happened, but at the end of the day, I made this song to like show the positive side of the whatever happened type stuff. So yeah,
making the best out of a bad situation.
yeah, basically.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
a great way to express it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I respect that.
change it up,
Yeah, I mean, one of my and so the podcast kind of scratches the same itch, because before we started like 3 years ago, but before we started, man, like I always had that like I wasn't being a creator, and so like I felt like something was missing out of my life, because I used to make my own beats, I used to write out the lyrics, do the whole thing, mix and master, it's a lot of work, but it's fun to create, and you get that like that feeling, when like everything hits or your lyrics hit right on, and you're just like,
that
okay.
satisfaction.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I can keep doing this. Yeah, that's how I felt too. Like I remember, I started making music in like I want to say 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like more of like lyrical type of dude. Like I just wanted to do like catchphrases and stuff, and I still do that, but in a different way. Like, but yeah, I just like change it up. That's all I've been doing. Is just.
So who were some of your I'll tell you mine. All right, so definitely Tupac was one of my, and I'm talking rap influences, like not because I love all music, but Pac. I'm really into Method Man. Of course, Eminem got to be thrown into the mix, and like I would say that those are some of my main influences, like as far as like how, especially Pac though.
Yeah.
Because like how he was a storyteller, and then he was like. He like had a lot of inflection on his words,
He can make them hits. Like, yeah, I feel that. I want to say, let's see, like if I'm speaking like older like rappers, I would want to say I used to like Eminem a lot. Who else did I like? I like Busta Rhymes.
Oh yeah, Busta.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just started thinking like I like all these rappers and stuff, and like. But I like Chris Brown, I like
Breezy's good too.
I like this person, this person. I like Nirvana. I like different stuff. So I'm like, I just kind of like changed my mindset about like music, Like as I said, I wanted to just be a rap lyrical type of dude until like I started just like hearing other branching off different like genres of music, and then like I still do rap, but I also do other things too, like.
Well, I like that, because even in your voicemail that you left for us, you were like, "Look, I'm a local rapper, but I'm also a singer. I'm a musician.
Yeah, yes.
And that's respectable, because it's easy to like put yourself in a box, right? And like, and then you don't like have any other space to move with. Mm-hmm. But when you keep it open like that, like, to you're not just a rapper, like you're a singer. You could do whatever you want,
Yeah. So. Like that, yeah. I was stuck in. I didn't know how to make a chorus for anything. Like when I first in like 8th grade, so like I would just like rap something, and then like ever since I started doing that, I was able to like learn melodies or something. I'm like, okay, I could put this in my music. I could do this. I don't have to like rap all the time. So like I did get myself out that box though. Yeah.
Have you ever done singing lessons or anything like?
Nah, I'm gonna be real with you. I use like auto-tune and stuff and like different effects. So. I have a producer who knows how to like put everything together,
Yeah.
So, yeah, his name's B-Boy Severe.
B-Boy, well, shout out.
Yeah, he be going hard.
shout
out B-Boy.
We'll tag him in the show notes for sure. Yeah. It takes a team though, man. I mean, being around great musicians and people that know how to produce and engineer and show you things. That's what I was fortunate. I picked up a guitar late. Like I didn't start playing music till I was about 25.
Yeah.
And I had no musical background. Didn't come from a musical family, but I knew I wanted to give it a go.
Yeah.
And I was kind of in that same boat. I was blessed to be around guys that had been playing for years, kind of showed me the ropes, and I was like, okay, let me see what I can bring to the table here. And I feel like I wrote like one really good song that I'm proud of, Shot of Whiskey. It's out there. Yeah. I'm kind of a country guy, came from a country rock background, but, working with Art, I mean, I've known Art for 12 years. We kind of did some cool collaboration stuff, a little bit of, freestyle and hip hop, country. It's just cool to surround yourself with different musicians because you don't know what you could collab with.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, just meeting people, it's fun, like, just networking and, like, meeting people in real life, like going to venues and stuff, and they check your music out, or you check their music out.
So you're doing some performances?
Yeah, I've done some in the past.
Live?
Yeah, last year I was doing a lot. Just connecting with people, trying to just...
So
build the foundation, yeah.
So one thing I wanted to kind of take a temperature check of, because when I was doing it, like, a while back, obviously it was like 10 years ago or something, like, you know, it was very competitive. Like, music's competitive. It really is. Is it?
It is.
Is it still like that? Like, where everybody kind of feels like they should be the main guy and this and that, or is there like a lot of people willing to collab with you and like?
Luckily,
and like,
I feel like everyone's cool with each other. You know, there's only like a handful of people who have like their ego, but even then, you know, it's ego's just you got to make friends with your ego. You know, so it's like, I mean, it's more supportive though. Like everyone shows love to artists. You know. I try to share everyone's music and show love as much as I can. I bump people's music, you know, on YouTube. I listen to like a bunch of local artists, you know. So I think everyone's being more supportive, you know.
that's good.
That is good. Yeah,
It's more love than it like was like probably. So I think it's cool.
Because it feels like everyone was like, you know, peacocking. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all like,
better than someone.
you know, like peacocking, walking around like they're like the shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe they were the shit. But like maybe I'm the shit too, or maybe you're the shit too. And it's just like, you know, if you can come together and start putting that stuff together, like
stay humble.
Yeah, staying humble.
That's the biggest takeaway, I think. When I started doing some research on you, that was the first comment I made. I said, you know, you seem very humble, grounded. Somebody who came from a good upbringing, you know, and you're just being you and keeping to that, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's to me that speaks volume to your character.
Appreciate
you know,
it.
staying true to yourself, man.
Yes, sir.
That's one thing I can tell you. I got fucked up in my 20s and doing weird shit and tried doing different things, but if I just stayed true to myself, I always feel like I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what you got to do, you know. You got to stay balanced, you know. Drink a lot of water, you know. If you're going to do something, go drink, you know, drink a lot of water. Yeah. That, and I think, like, what you were saying, too, like, I think, like, everyone in the city is, like, creative in their own way. Like, everyone's great in their own way of how they do something, like, musically, you know. So that's why, like, like, more love. Everyone's great in their own way, so.
Yeah, that's a good way to word it. And there's room for everybody, too, you know?
Yeah,
there really is. I mean, you know, 10, 12, 15 years ago when you were doing art, you know, you got to think we didn't have the social media availability and some of the tools and resources we have now to connect and reach people. It was more of like stapling. I mean, we're dating ourselves here. We're only in our mid-30s, but you were stapling flyers to telephone poles.
Yeah, and selling CDs and stuff like hand to hand.
Yeah.
So I'm actually glad to hear that the music scene is a little bit more accepting now, and you know, there's always gonna be one bad apple, right? You're always gonna have one guy out there, but that's life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, social media makes it like easier. So like, it makes you get like seen easily, or like more easily. So, yeah, I just like I get my link from YouTube or like my DistroKid link, and I'll send it to everyone on like Facebook. Like I'll just hit everyone up, spam them, and I don't care though. So, I'm just trying to get seen, you know. Even if you open it, don't do it, you still see me. So I'm like, you're gonna see me soon. That's how I feel. You know? Type of energy.
Well, people about to be knowing what's up, man.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
you know, great energy in the building tonight. I mean, very professional. I mean, you know, I could see you treating it like a business. Look, AGM Ghettokiid, he's the first one to ever bring a videographer up in the studio with himself, man. So like, you first to leave us a voicemail as far as one of those things goes. So like, you're already like hitting
coming out of the gate strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a documentary too, actually. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
I know you mentioned that.
Yeah, behind the scenes type stuff, you know. So
people love to see that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like to see that stuff. Like when I watch bands, musicians, whatever, seeing that behind the scenes, like how'd you get there? You know, what's going on when we're not watching? That's fun stuff.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, shout out Lance over there. He's holding it down.
Yeah, Lance is doing his thing, man.
For real.
Yeah, it's the real deal over there. So it's good stuff, man.
Yeah, he be going hard with like the fashion shows too.
Oh really?
Yeah, his name's Killianaire. Yeah, he does a bunch of like pieces, I think, like clothes pieces and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, he be doing all kinds of stuff. So he goes hard. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good people.
We'll give a shout, man, and it always takes a community, you know. For all the listeners out there, like the only reason why Discussion Combustion is even successful is because, you know, Kevin and I have our community that has helped support us. We have each other. We've supported each other. And you know, it's really tough to go at it alone. Like, it's almost impossible. Like, you need to have a connect. You need to have something.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Go.
That's why, like, I always try to, like, the artists I see who are struggling, you know, the most, I'll like heart their stuff, share it, and I'll try to like get them seen, like whatever, if they can be seen on my stuff, you know. So like, that's what it means. Like, you gotta help people and stuff, you know. You can't just be like like the peacock, like you said, you know. So that's what I'm about, just showing love. I do get in my ways, you know, but everyone can be in their ways, you know. So yeah, just show, yeah.
I mean, one of my biggest pieces of advice when I was doing it, I was a little naive, and I signed a contract with like a small little local label, and there was a power of attorney section, and I signed that. So basically that meant that they like had control of all my shit if they wanted it, and like this and that, bro. And I had to like backpedal on that, and
That's
you know,
bullshit.
but you know, it's like everyone wants to take advantage of you. You know, if you're
Yeah.
talented and you have something, they're gonna try to leech off you a little bit. Like, so it's hard to like find people that you trust, but you have to be willing to rub shoulders with even people you don't trust to, like, you know, for the opportunity.
Yeah, it's actually funny you brought that up. I have a contract going. Well, I don't just want to say them, but I don't know. I just, like you said, I just gotta stay more aware probably about my decisions and what I'm signing and stuff. So yeah, that's why I was like, my face expression. So like, I had something similar going on, but
Yeah.
I ain't signed nothing yet. So
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, let somebody else read through that, because
Yeah,
I
for sure.
I probably had smoked like fucking at least like 3 bowls or something before rolling up to that meeting, and I was
You're
like
like, "Oh,
feeling
son."
toasty and this and that.
I feel
you know,
it. I feel it. Yeah, just gotta know what I'm doing, man. Keep my head on a swivel.
Yeah, and it's good to stay you know, coachable and surround yourself with the right people. You know, especially when it comes to like signing contracts. You know, we're kind of dancing with that here in this business too. You know, and seeing some of the things. I mean, everybody wants to try to make a profit off something that is profitable, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
You're bringing good music to the scene. You know, there's going to be ambassadors that want to get behind you, and it's easy to be like, okay, yeah, that sounds great, but it's like, wait a minute, let's read the fine print, kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know.
gotta get in details.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's
see
it.
what's going on.
100%.
Yeah, I feel it.
yeah, man. So I went to school to college for like business, but I was like really studying for music because I was like really gung ho about it back then.
Yeah.
And one of the main things, you know, for you to get paid off of all your shit is to, you know, have your own production company. So then you could
Yeah.
like sign yourself,
Make your own, like,
and that way you get 100% royalties of that.
yeah.
But like, one thing about this podcast and kind of why I've fallen off with the music thing a little bit is because this kind of scratches the same itch, because music for me was always a way to reach the masses with an uninterrupted message. Basically, like, I didn't have anybody telling me what I needed to write, how to write it,
Yeah,
you know, and
definitely.
so I felt like there was so much power there in words.
Yeah.
Because even if like 10 people listened to the song and they felt the energy from it and gained some strength from it, then like that's success, you know, and that's power that I'm helping project. And while I'm also, because music is like therapy,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like
definitely.
you said,
Recording.
you're going through some things. We
Yeah.
we kind of like to talk about our struggles on this podcast. So like I'll open up on that, so you know, listeners already know this, but like I struggled with opiates for like 12 years, heavy, and I probably spent like close to 50 grand on opiates in that time,
Yeah.
and it took me 5 years to get off that shit.
Oh yeah, though.
You-
Oh yeah, you off of it. Though.
So yeah, it's been like
So
close to a
look.
year and a half, man. But
Yeah.
but that was a huge struggle for me, and you know, so I like to open up with that about you. Like, what
Yeah.
are some things that you've, you know, had to overcome that were major speed bumps for you that you're now seeing success from dealing with that?
All right. So one thing I could see for sure is one thing that kind of held me back from being more professional was drinking a lot. So I just recently like started balancing everything out. You know, drinking a lot of water, just going days without drinking. You know, so like I could pull myself out of that like want for it. You know, so that's what I'm doing right now. Honestly, just balancing everything out. Like obviously I'm young. I'm gonna drink. You know, if I want. So I just keep balance, you know.
Mhm.
So I can't fall too deep down to that, you know. I gotta stay focused and like professional and stuff. Especially if I'm gonna be doing music, like I just gotta stay with my head up here. So yeah,
Stay
just
tightened up.
alcohol was just a big struggle though.
It's a big struggle for all of us, man. I mean, I've been dealing with alcohol for 13, 14 years now. You know, I drink almost every day, so
Yeah.
I feel you there for sure. It can get in the way of a lot of my decision making.
Yeah.
You know, me not being my best self. So it's
Yeah,
good you realize
definitely.
that now for sure.
Yeah, and even now, like I used to drink like a lot for being young, like a 30% type stuff, 40% type alcohol. Now, like, I just will sip like a glass of wine or like maybe 2, and then I smoke, so I'll smoke me a blunt or something.
Yeah.
And I'll mellow out.
I'm so 420 friendly.
Yeah.
You know, I stopped smoking it so much recently, but I've been eating it instead.
Yeah.
And it's a different effect on the body, you know, and then like the mind, like it hits differently.
Okay.
But like, you know, I'm getting older, man. I'm kind of, you know, I'm 35 now, so I got these grays. Like life is, you know, trying to beat me down, bro. I'm still standing up and stuff, but you know, marijuana is one of those things. THC is one of those things where it's like this grows from the earth. Like this
like
this
medicine.
just it existed without any intervention.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not gonna hurt anyone. It hasn't killed anyone. No one overdosed off of marijuana, so it's like, and honestly, it keeps you from doing dumb decisions. Like me personally, when I was like younger and I used to live in the projects, I used to want to make bad decisions until like I started smoking, and then I would just chill out at home, you know, just play a video game or something, you know. So
Okay, see, I almost wore a Nintendo 64 shirt tonight. Like, what kind of games?
He's
What
going
kind,
in the
what,
rabbit
kind
hole.
of, what kind of games you playing, man?
right now I'll be playing Fallout. That shit's tight.
Which one?
Fallout 4.
Okay,
Yeah, I want to get all the quests done and shit. I want to get everything done. So that's what I'm trying to do.
that's a great game. How far are you in it?
Shit,
Like, have you killed? Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
No,
but-
I've played the whole thing, but
Okay.
I want to get like all the side quests and shit. I've
Okay.
already done all that other stuff, but yeah, I'm just trying to 100% that whole.
Did you get the DLCs, the like Harbor one and like whatever all that is?
No, but
Yeah.
I think you could download it on like the Xbox Game Pass or something.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I recently just got a Series S,
Okay.
and because you know you can't find the other ones,
Yeah.
and
okay.
I've been playing Elden Ring.
Okay.
It's actually
it's
really
tight.
dope. Like
Yeah.
like I've never played any of the Souls
It
games.
looked
you know?
good. I was watching you play it the other night. It looked good, yeah.
Dude, that game has given me feelings that I haven't had playing a game
Yeah.
in so long. Like what? Like this sense of like I'm like, oh my god, bro. It's I don't know. Like you played Skyrim too, because
Oh yeah,
you know
Skyrim.
Bethesda.
Skyrim.
Yeah,
Tight, yeah.
of course.
I
So
love Skyrim.
Epic game.
yeah, man. Gaming is one of those things that helps me, you know, depress, like, or not depress, or
Take your mind off.
Yeah,
decompress.
decompress, exactly.
Yeah.
Decompress. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because video games are put in a bad light, I feel like. A lot of people are like, oh, it's just mindless entertainment. But it's like, there's still the hand-eye coordination, right? There's still that unwinding piece. Like,
Yeah.
we all grind all day.
I'm just playing the game. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, just having
I
some
ain't
fun.
gonna go kill everyone and shit, like, or go Grand Theft Auto everything. I'm just playing the game, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
That'll take your mind off of whatever you're going through too. It's a good distraction, you know.
I agree with that.
It's just unhealthy if you play too much. So like just
Anything
play
in moderation,
something.
right? Like you were saying,
Yeah.
balance.
Balance, yeah. So yeah.
So I know I said this recently on the pod, but you know I've been trying to have this surf mentality
Yeah.
recently, and like you know when you're surfing, you have to have balance. You're riding the wave,
Yeah.
but like you know you're coasting though, and so I'm just trying to surf on life, bro, because there's a bunch of waves. Some waves are big, some waves are small. Sometimes I fell off my board.
Yeah.
You know,
Feel
but
Good
I'm,
analogy.
I'm just trying to surf it right now, bro.
We're
and,
just
like,
riding the wave,
ride
bro.
the waves,
I feel that.
riding the waves I can.
Yeah, I feel that. That's what I came in here doing too, you know. So just riding the waves, and the vibes here are really good. So I'm glad to be here. It's a good setup over here, and thank you, you know, for just like even letting me to come on the podcast and to talk with y'all. You know?
Absolutely. Thank you for reaching out. That's meant a lot to us too. We're like, man, he wants to come in and talk to us. You know,
Yeah.
we've done 150 of these, but it's still, you know, it doesn't change the fact that we still can sit across this table and have great conversations with people, hear what's going on, get inspired. You know, and I think that your story is very inspiring for sure. You know, for the listeners, if there's young people out there like, man, this guy's out there, he's getting it.
Yes, sir.
That's
Got
what
to.
that's what we need to get out there to the people, man. There's so much negativity in the world right now, and it's just
That's what
like,
I'm saying. I've been
let's
seeing
tighten
so
up.
much bad stuff on the news. I be trying not to pay attention, but like I still like poke my head in the news and stuff, see what's up.
Mhm.
Some of it I'm just like, but
Well, they try to jam it down our throats.
yeah,
like,
that's true. That's
come
true.
on, man. The second that the Ukraine conflict started, bro,
Yeah.
all the COVID news disappeared.
Yeah.
And it's
Ukraine
just,
Russia.
it's like y'all just trying to like keep us scared and with your fucking fear mongering. Sorry,
Right.
that's one of those subjects that I can get a little passionate about because
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in population control, man. I feel like people should have a lifestyle where they're enjoying life and actually experiencing life, because so many people don't when they're just locked on their phones.
That's
you know,
true.
sucked into the drama. Like they're not
Will
living.
Smith slapping Chris Rock. It kind of overshadowed everything like for a brief second.
Isn't that amazing?
It's wild. I'm just like, damn.
That becomes the biggest news, not only in like America but in the world.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about Will Smith whacking Chris Rock across the face.
Yeah, I'm just like, what about Ukraine? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on over there?
There's a lot going on, you know. There's a lot
Yeah.
going on in our hometowns, and people are hurting, and we got homeless. You know, there's issues that we steer away from because Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, and that's now the headline of
Yeah.
the week. It's unreal.
Yeah, like get out of here.
As a man, you should already know. Well, I mean, it's like, you know what's going on in the world. If you do, if you're aware of, it's good to be aware of that. It's like, why would you? It's just.
Well, I mean, when you're like, okay, so on my worst day, my very worst day, bro, I'm still in Colorado. I still have my job. I'm still eating that day. Like, I might just be having a shitty day with some kind of work stuff, but like, is that really a shitty day? Is it? Like, because there's people out there that are really having shitty days, bro. And like, you know, it's important to keep that stuff in mind, because it's so easy to, you know, start complaining. Like, complaining is one of the easiest. Anybody can complain.
Yeah.
You know, but not anybody can just, you know, make ripples with every footstep. And that's, like, after overcoming my addiction and, like, really finding my personal strength and getting me back,
Yeah.
like, I want to ripple every footstep. Like,
Right.
you know, even if I'm not being loud about it or whatever, like, I just, you know, like, it's important, man, because there's a lot of hurt out in the world. And if I'm feeling good, if I could pass some of that energy off to other people, like, help them feel a little bit better about their day, then that's important for me to do, and it's free for me to do. Like, maybe
Right.
compliment somebody when they're walking by, like, say, like, hey, you know, those are nice pants or whatever, genuine compliments. Like, it goes a long way.
Yeah, I've done that before too. Just like, it feels good, like you giving someone like good, like energy, good positives, going out to a person. You know, it kind of like, it'll cheer their day up. You know, so I know I feel that. Like, I always be like, if I'm walking out on the street, I'll say like, oh hi, how's your day or some shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like try to be a good person. You know? Yeah.
We need more of it, man.
Yeah.
You know, it goes a long way. You know,
Yeah.
again, in a world of social media and so much negativity, everyone's angry.
Social
We had
media.
mass shootings and all this bullshit. You know, it's like, man, you know, ask people how they're doing. You know, like you said, just say, hey, what's going on? How you doing today?
Yeah, definitely, man. Gotta check in with your people, you know. See if
It's
they're
true.
okay, you know. That's why I have a schizophrenic uncle, you know. So his mind's like, you know. But I also just try to help him, you know. I'm like, you okay? You know, you feeling alright? You know, he smokes too, so I'm like, you need some weed? You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Looking after the people you care about.
Yeah,
It's important, man.
yeah, definitely.
Well, when it means something too, because, like, you know, time is limited. Like, everything shall pass. Just like this, too, everything shall pass. However that quote goes or whatever.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, this too shall pass.
Right.
And, like, so will our lives, bro. And, like,
Yeah.
if we're just spending all this time doing things that are, like, there's no substance there. Like, I find myself battling with social media. Like, it's a
Yeah.
great tool. It's a great place to communicate with people, too. But, unfortunately, like, it's also a place that could draw you in and has, like, no substance. Like,
It's
90% of the
toxic, too.
stuff is no substance.
Yeah, toxic. Like you said, like we were saying, like too much everything, you know, it's like bad. So just gotta put
Everything
that
in
shit-
moderation.
Put it down, but it's like so hard sometimes. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just right there, you know.
It's like muscle memory.
I just grab it. It's like
We all do.
That's what I love about, you know, every Wednesday night when we sit on this table, I'm not looking at my phone. You
Yeah.
know, when we get done, we probably will. We'll have some fun,
Yeah.
do some
See
social
what's
media
up.
posts, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's important to, like, you know, incorporate these moments in life and throughout the week, throughout the
Yeah.
day or whatever, whether that's having a meal with your, you know, your friends, your significant other, whatever. Make a time every day where you're not looking at your phone. I think it's
Yeah.
important, man. It definitely helps my mental health for sure, because I get pulled
Yeah.
into that bullshit too.
It's the what do they call it? The time span, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you just like everything like 5-second videos on TikTok or something the kids are watching and everyone's watching. So I'm like, everyone's brain is getting used to that, you know. So,
Yeah, conditioned.
That's one of the newer things I've been hearing is, like, that the attention span
yeah.
is just like people can't focus, and that's what they want. Okay, that's what they want, bro. They want us to be distracted. They
Yeah.
want us to be drunk. They want us to
Exactly.
be on the fucking pharmaceuticals.
Exactly.
They want us to be so fucking feared out from all the media. Like,
Yeah.
they want us to, like, not be in a position to make a change in the world.
Yeah.
You know, so the more that you're doing that sort of stuff, and the more that you're the more you do it, the more susceptible you are. And, like, you have to break the chain. And even if you could just help a friend of yours, even if you could just help one person, like, see a little bit more color in the day, instead of, like, this gray fucking world we're living in,
Yeah.
then that means something.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
does. It affects people in a different way, you know? So I feel that, like you said, they don't want you to just, like, be you, or, like, they don't want you to live your life, you know? They just want you to, like, get sucked into different things. Just, like, I feel like it'd be money at the end of the day, like.
The almighty dollar.
Yeah.
A lot of control,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah, it really comes down to prioritizing what's important to each individual, you know, and choosing, you know, consciously, what do we want to spend our time focusing on?
Yeah.
You know, negatives, the positives, it's all out there. We got to make the decision. And
Yeah, it's up to us.
it's up to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no one could really get you out of depression but yourself, you know? Because,
So true.
I mean, I don't, it's like, it's a decision, you know? You have to, like he said earlier, it's like a box. Like, you know, you just have to just change your mind, change your box, you know what I'm saying? Change your mind, you know, start telling yourself good things, you know, like, feed yourself with love, like, love yourself, you know? That's a good way to, like,
It all starts
overcome.
there, you know, because until you can love others, you got to love yourself first, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's some people really don't understand that, you know, and it's crazy. It's like, it's not for you. I mean, it is for you, but, like, it's also for other people. At the end of the day, it's like, it's for better us, like, you know, better people, be better, just better.
Yeah.
General.
I think one of the biggest things is, like, if anybody out there listening, you know, and you're trying to, like, you got some demons that you got to squash in your life.
Yeah.
Like, just do it every day, and, like, be prepared for the long, cold, hard road.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it alone. Ain't nobody gonna come fucking save you, and
Right.
it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Like, you don't make monumental changes in your life overnight.
That's
Like,
true.
that shit doesn't happen. So
Right.
if you're really about it, then you have to, like, fully commit to, like, putting on your armor and going to war every day
Yeah.
with yourself, because that's who you're fighting. You're
Pretty
fighting
much.
yourself. Like,
like-
there's nobody
yeah.
else.
Like, ego, kind of, like, fighting your ego in a way. That's how I
Mhm.
kind of see it. Like I have this part of me that wants to do this and that, you know. So, like, I just gotta, like, balance myself too. Yeah, it's like fighting yourself, finding your balance, you know. I think balance is everything, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And it takes time too. I mean, I think you're figuring that out way before I did. I mean, I was a mess, you know, when I was your age. I don't want to play the elder card here. That's not what
No,
I'm trying
but
to do.
we're older,
That's not
bro.
what I'm trying to do. But we are, you know.
You
And,
good.
I made some stupid decisions, and
Yeah.
you know, I had to figure it out a little bit, you know. And I didn't have that mindset, so it's good you already have that, and you're hungry, and you got this goal, you know. And I can tell that you're going to achieve it for sure. And you know, just
Thank
being
you.
a good person and putting those vibes out there, like we said, you know, there's so much negativity, just like we try to do here.
Yeah.
And being able to express ourselves openly. You know, I know you
Yeah.
said you wanted to come on this podcast and talk about some stuff and get some stuff off your mind. So, by all means, the floor is yours. You know, what's going on?
Yeah, what's some of the serious things, man?
oh yeah. So I just been dropping. Well, I dropped a single like I want to say about tomorrow would be 2 months ago, and it did kind of good. You know, I got like 780 something views, and I got 126 likes on it, just like a little under 2 months. So I'm just like putting my like time into that one, because I'm gonna make like a music video for it pretty soon, and then I'm gonna drop that. So I just got more plans. I was gonna make a project, but I'm thinking like I could just drop singles and work with every local artist in the city, you know. So,
Yeah, I seen you had one thing. You're like, you know, F this project shit. I'm gonna just drop singles all year or something.
yeah,
like that.
I was like, I'm gonna just drop singles because like I can't fit everyone on a project with different type of vibes, you know. Especially with the vibe I was going for.
Mhm.
I was like, I could save this for later, you know, and just make a bunch of music with everyone. So that's what my goal is this year, is make like music with everyone in the city. So
That's a good goal.
Yeah, that is a good goal for sure. I mean, you got a plan, you're ready to go. You know what it's going to take, how it's
Yep.
mapped out. Where do you do a lot of your writing, your recording? Do you have like a? Because I know for me, when I would write, I would get into a specific like location, whether it be on a bar napkin or whatever.
Mhm.
Where do you feel like you write the best, and where do you produce a lot of your music?
let's see. So I write in my I write in my room.
Mhm.
Like I'll put the beat on, like on YouTube or something. If I have a YouTube beat, or if I have it on my phone, I'll put it on the speaker, and then I'll write I like to be by myself when I write though. It's just like I'm more in my zone, you know. I could try with my voice even if it sounds funny or not, you know. But I record at this studio called the Dolo Station. It's downtown, like right by the courthouse, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have a booth. They have like a whole mixing room. They also have, I think they're doing like a photographer room or video. They're building another studio in there too. So that's pretty much where I get all my recordings done right now, and like my production and everything. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna start like my own, like once I have enough money to like buy the LLC, I'm gonna start something called Always Get Money, and like I'm gonna just sell clothing. And I'm putting artists on already right now that I know, like friends of mine and stuff, getting them like studio time and stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now, just getting people on my camp, you know, like yeah, trying to make my own thing.
It does change the dynamic, man. Once, because we were both pushing, Kevin and I, and we realized we're like, all right, dude, we're doing something. Let's create the LLC, and like let's just do it now. Yeah. And like once we did that, sure, it was a little bit spendy. You got to be in good standings with the state and all this shit, and you got to do all the paper.
Yeah,
but
it's worth it.
It takes time. But then like, you know, once we had that, like the energy changed. Like it was then different from like us just showing up and recording a podcast. It became like, nah, we have an LLC. Like this is a business. We're serious.
Got a brand.
You know.
Yeah. Taking yourself serious.
So I agree. That's an important step, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are afraid to take the leap because it's hard to do something different. It's hard to challenge yourself. It's not easy to start a business, you know. And but that's where life is lived, bro. We're never gonna feel alive if we're just complacent.
Right.
You know, you don't.
If we're okay with everything, like we gotta like switch it up, you know. Like if I gotta be motivated for something, you know. So that's how I be feeling too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good approach, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're building the foundation for sure. You got the goal. You got the LLC coming. So you said you're gonna do a little of clothing as well with that. Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some clothing. I'm gonna get me a website going up, and then put my brand on it, my logo, everything, and then just start putting stuff up there. And then I'm gonna first reach out locally to everyone. Like I'm selling these T-shirts. You know, this pop for this.
All about the fabric, bro.
Yeah, fabric.
Like right, it has to be about the fabric because when people wear something and it feels nice.
Yeah, it's like,
you know.
Okay, I feel you. The fabrics, right? Oh God.
Right? I mean, because the label could be cool, but
if the product's not good.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's going to be a little bit more spendy for that nice soft, you know, but
that's that quality hit, you know.
Yeah, gotta be that comfortable, snug type feeling.
Bro, I will rock an AGM Ghettokiid shirt.
Hey, it'll have like
I'll do it.
Like a money sign. I want to do it based off like the money emoji. It's like a 2 money signs right here, and his tongue's out. It's gonna be tight. Yeah. It'll be fresh too. Like
get that money.
Whole aesthetic, you know. Yeah.
What about hats? You can do hats. I'm a hat guy. I'll rock the hat.
I want to do like a shiesty because everyone's wearing them now, I guess.
What's a shiesty?
It's like a
I don't know what that is.
You pull it over, right, and then it's like it shows like this part of your like face. And
so it's like a hoodie.
Yeah, no, it's like kind of yeah. But
Okay.
It's like
like a
mask.
Hoodie, it's like a hoodie with like the strings all the way pulled. Is that?
It's like a mask. Like
okay.
If I want to show you a picture of one.
We'll take a look.
Yeah.
Live action. Let's do it. Let's see what you got.
All right. Yeah. I got you.
Hit this quad cam.
Absolutely.
A shiesty?
Yeah, shiesty.
Okay, I've never heard that one. I try to stay up with like the new lingo. You know, as you get older, like you start realizing kids are saying stuff like that shit slaps. And like
that shit slaps. It's like, what does that mean, man?
I'm like
starting to feel old a little bit.
You gotta like.
Oh, it's the hip right here.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
So that I think that's like a baklava.
A baklava?
Isn't that?
Oh yeah, I think that's what they call them, huh? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just know they call them
sounds
shiesty.
European, I think.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
A baklava?
Is European?
I don't know. I'm probably
so.
wrong. I'm probably wrong.
It sounds
most
like
of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they be wearing though. I think it's because, you know, rappers, they take over and stuff. You know, just start a trend.
So the shiesties, all right, are those like good deterrent for COVID, like face masks? Are they like up to that standard, or like
that they're meant for something else? It's not COVID though.
Yeah, that's meant for something we don't mention on this podcast.
Yeah.
No cap.
Each their own. Do what you will with it, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm just selling to y'all. Make some. Put a little logo, right, like on the side of it. My little brand logo. Got some ideas.
That's good, man. Yeah, we're in the merch industry a little bit. I mean, we got Teespring kind of moves some of our stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the way to do it is definitely to kind of have all of it in your control, right?
Yeah.
It's your LLC. It's under your branch. We just kind of do it that way because it's easy. We don't have to deal with the shipping costs, the printing, and all that stuff. But if you can have the rights to it and kind of control that dynamic, that's the way to do it, I think.
Yeah. I want to have my mom help me with it though, because like I trust my mom. Like she's the only one I trust. So, like just to have her as like a business partner or something, that would be awesome. Like so I'm gonna get her tapped in with it definitely. So
Shout out, Mama.
Yeah, shout out my mom.
We all love Mama. My mom watches every episode of this show, so
that's tight.
This one's for the moms.
Yeah, she's gonna be watching. They're all asking me like, "Oh, are you going live?" I'm like, "No, it's gonna be on YouTube tomorrow, Mom." Like, oh, my auntie calling me and stuff, so I'm like, it's all good.
That's cool, man. That's good to have that family aspect dialing in,
Yeah, I love my family, man. They support me the most, even when like in the hard times. We still got each other back. So.
And that's so important because not everybody has a family. Not everybody has close friends, and so if you do have that, then it's like it's good to appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's one thing I'm really trying to do in my recent life. Is I'm just trying to like appreciate. I'm trying to appreciate the now more.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm having a great time tonight. Like I'm having fun talking to you, hearing you open up, and like while I'm sitting here doing my thing, like I'm thinking about it. Like this is a great night. This is a great moment for me.
Yeah.
And living in the present, I feel like that's an important lesson for people to like really, really dial into.
Yeah, so I learned how to really really be in the moment is one time I like did a tab and like I tripped, and then I guess it all started when we smoked a blunt before it, and like 30 minutes after we took the tab we smoked the blunt. And then I went outside and I started feeling like the trees and like everything was alive, That's how I was feeling, like the universe has to be aware of itself, So that's the feeling I was getting, like everything is aware. Not everything.
So I've never done tabs or anything like that, but I have had boomers multiple times, and I'll tell you like that it changed my mentality. Like the first time I really did it, and it like kind of opened up that subconscious network and broke the conscious barriers to all that, and like it changes it, like, and it's not like a bad thing. Like sure, some people might do acid and like they get stuck in a trip, like, and they're just kind of fucked, but they did too much, but like
definitely.
So if you just anything in moderation.
That's been the theme of the show.
That is the theme of the show.
I've literally only done that twice, and over like it's been like 3 years since I've done that. Like it's not really a thing I could do all the time, Like it was an experience for sure. Like it opened my mind to a lot of like my feelings inside, I like discovered like how full of shit my ego was. So it's like it kind of showed me some shit, showed me life for a little, like what I'm doing, what I'm holding in, So it was just an experience for sure.
That's good. It's good to experiment, and figure out. I mean, we all did that, I think it's, again, it comes back to the moderation piece. I mean, I think I've been pretty public with this on this podcast. I did a lot of cocaine in my 20s, and that was that, especially when I was playing with the band and just getting caught up in that wild lifestyle. And I knew, and I still know to this day, I mean, it is something I just have to stay away from.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it is. Yeah, there's always that one thing you're gonna stay away from forever. So my thing is, like, I saw my family get all on drugs, before, and I just can't. I can't do that again. Like I can't repeat it in my family.
Good.
It's like my uncle. I have 2 schizophrenic uncles. One of my schizophrenic uncles is actually locked up right now, and so like, just because his decision making of like smoking all the time, like bad, like drugs for your brain and stuff, it kind of fried his mind, and I just can't go down that route, I can't have my mom see me go down that route. I mean, I did have my struggles with alcohol, but like I could say I'll never do nothing else after that shit. Like I can't go back. I can't do that. I can't have my family see me like that or anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, it just clouds your judgment too. I mean, you know, you're hungry right now. You know, you got a lot of things you're focused on, and that shit is not going to help.
Yeah.
You know, it's an easy crutch. Obviously, you know, we drink here weekly. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
kind of make it work, but it's a fine line we walk with it too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I think just being aware of it and just knowing in the back of your mind, hey man, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, like I can't be drinking all the time. It's not gonna be cool. No, I gotta drink water. I gotta drink whole lot of it. I gotta be healthy.
Well, and that's the thing too, man. That this is something that I've personally struggled with. Is like, you know, like why can't I just be with myself as I come?
Yeah.
You know, like what's really going on to where I need to, you know, eat an edible or have a beer? Like, how come I can't face myself?
Yeah.
And there's something there. Like, I know practically everybody struggles with this. Everybody out there struggles with this.
Yeah, everyone. I could feel
You
that.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like you get fed up sometimes, you know. You just gotta say when enough is enough, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just balance out and just. It's not bad to drink. Like, I'm not saying.
What were you drinking?
I was drinking Jaeger. I
Oh
big
my
old bottles of
God.
Jaeger. I'll get big old bottles of Jaeger. Yeah.
Broski.
Ooh.
That's no good.
You remember me when I
Nah.
drank Jaeger? I ended up in the back of your trunk.
Yeah, last time Kevin drank Jaeger was the last time Kevin drank Jaeger.
Exactly.
And I be blacking out too, so I noticed I can't do that. I can't do hard liquor.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll drink me chelada, or if not that, I'll
Okay.
sip some wine.
The Chelada's good.
What kind of wine? Are you like a red or a white? What kind
I'm
of
a
wine?
red sangria dude.
Okay.
Oh,
like
the
that.
sangrias,
Like that
okay.
red sangria.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Alright.
pretty fire. It's good. It's like a sweet, you know. It's
Yeah.
like bold wines is really good, but I like that sweet wine.
Well, and then especially if you got some fruit in it too, because then you're getting a little bit of substance with your drink.
I mean, that's
You know, there's some good
A
sangrias.
little
that have-
juice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that fruit juice.
that fruit juice. Yeah, I feel
A
it.
little bit of feel good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
give me a little glass. Just I'll be cool after one now. Like I'm cool on drinking. It's something to do, but you gotta balance out, you know.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we all kind of need a crutch too. You know, like you were saying. I mean, life gets tough. There's stress. You know, that's where I think marijuana is a good, you know, crutch to lean on a little bit. You know, my good buddy got sober after years, and that was his, you know,
His
kind of
go-to thing.
his lateral move.
Yeah, I
You
noticed
know?
that too. That's what really helped me is because, like, drinking every day, I would like to get crossfaded, but then I was like, all right, well, I just started drinking more than like smoking weed, and then so I was like, well, let me chill. Like I like weed more than I drink, so I was like, if I fall back on this, then I'm not gonna be drinking that much now, you know. So I'm like, it is really good crutch to just chill on, you know. You're not really doing anything bad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So back in my days, we used to call it crossfaded. We would call it getting twisted.
Oh,
Twisted.
twisted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like as I was getting
I was
twisted,
gonna ask that same question.
I would like. I had a very weak stomach. Okay, like I would get
Oh.
anxious. I would get
Okay.
super anxious when I was smoking,
I feel it.
and then so like I would have like a shot,
Yeah.
and I would throw up.
Oh,
But
shit.
like it was just like a quick throw up. It wasn't like my night's over. It's just like I had to get that one
Oh,
out.
it's like I'm coming back though. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but I'm coming back. So that's how I used to get down, bro. Like I'd be smoking, and then from there, like I would have like a couple shots or something to try to keep up with everybody,
Dang.
and then I'd get super anxious and Ralph,
Yeah.
and then I would come back like I cleaned off my mouth good enough to still pull out the bottle. Can I have some more? But then I was good to go. You know.
yeah.
That stopped happening though. I don't know when that stopped happening, but like at
Can't
some
do it
point,
anymore.
like I stopped getting like I would get so anxious, bro, that like
Yeah.
I had to throw up.
I'm dead as. But I be getting like that with weed sometimes though. Like I'm not anxious, but I be getting paranoid sometimes. That's why when I use it mainly like when I go to sleep or like when I'm like I need to be creative, make some music, you know. I'll smoke me a blunt or something.
Puts you in the zone.
Yeah, and then I'll just be in a vibe, doing my thing, you know. Yeah.
I can relate to the sleep piece for sure. I've been on these sleep gummies the last like month. THC, CBD blend, a little bit of melatonin.
Yeah.
Epic. Because I struggle with sleep. I'm a pretty anxious person, you know. My mind's
Yeah.
always racing, man. When I lay down at night, it's like a circus in there, you know.
Yeah.
And so I like that balance for sure, the nighttime side of it.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, in due time, you know, I've always said when I'm 35, I'm going to end up giving up alcohol.
It's coming quick.
We have record of that, so hopefully everyone holds me accountable for that. But I think weed is a good lateral move to go with that, you know.
Yeah, it's like you still like having fun, you know. You still have like a hobby, like a something to smoke, you know, be in the vibe, you know. That's the main reason like I smoke is just to catch a vibe with people, you know,
Mhm.
especially with people like to catch a vibe. or just start the vibe of a song.
Sure.
Pretty much.
So
yeah.
so when you compose lyrics, are you writing it like pen and pad? Are you typing it? Like how do you get it done?
I was writing for a little bit, then I lost my book.
No.
Well, it started while I was losing my phone because I would type first, and then I lost my phone, so I was like, geez. But the good thing about notes is like you could save your notes, so it could be backed up onto your new phone.
Okay.
So that's why I started like going back into the notes, But I lost my notebook, and I was like, bro, like why? I can't get that back. But yeah, I'm structured with like when I write music, I'll go chorus. I'll pick it how I'm like finna do it, like chorus, verse, or I'll do verse, chorus. Like it's all down to the vibe, Yeah, pretty much.
So I've always looked at it like you gotta have a good beat. You gotta have a good instrumental.
Yeah.
Because that's the music, right?
It's what holds your song together. It's gonna hold it.
The lyrics just complement the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like I know back then it was more like lyrical, catch phrases and like metaphors. It still is like that. Like you can still catch some of that, but definitely like a hard beat is like a hard flex. It's like yeah, this is my beat. This shit's tight. So it's like just a flex on like artists. Like show them like, hey, look at like I got my music going on type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always cool to hear how people write because everybody's got a different approach. I feel like, some people like to do the beat first, then the lyrics. Some people write the lyrics first, then the beat. And or in my sense, I play guitar. Some people do it on piano and then transpose it. That's why I love talking to musicians because it's just so cool to see all it. Because what I learned in music, and I know you study a little bit of music theory, is there's really no wrong way to do it, right? I mean, the main thing is the tempo, right? As long as everything stays in time and kind of clicks on the bars, it's kind of your world. You can do what you want with
pretty
it.
Pretty much, you could do anything, yeah. As long as you know the speed, the tempo, then you're straight, I start off by like humming. I'll hum something and like get a melody going, I'll think of like, because I'm so passive, like not knowing how to make a melody, where I'll hear something good in my head and I'm like, all right, I just need to put it into words. So I'm like, and then I'll just put words into it,
Fill it in.
Yeah.
It's a good way to do it. I wrote some lyrics that way too. Once we had, the melody already set, we had the guitar, the bass, start humming and then see how the lyrics kind of flow from there.
Yeah, it's like magic. It's like solving I heard someone say this before, but it's like solving a math problem or like writing a sentence or something, like it's like a formula you put into it. It's like your own type of formula. It goes down to the way you write or the way you type. It's like a formula, Yeah. Connecting and stuff.
I mean, it definitely takes thought, but when you can, my rule for me when I'm doing stuff is it doesn't always have to rhyme as long as it hits the same syllables. Like, the melody's still there. It doesn't have to rhyme.
But you could trickle it in, yeah.
And then I also wanted, like, let's say you're not rapping, you could read my lyrics and they're all complete sentences. Like, I try to do it like that. And then I also would do my best to leave out I's, me's.
Oh, yeah.
And then that way, when anyone listened to it, like...
Selfless.
Selfless.
They could relate.
Cool.
They could relate,
Yeah. I didn't really think about that. That's cool. I'm gonna apply that to me.
Well, I got that from Pac. Because
Okay.
Tupac was talking about, like, on this documentary one time how, like, he was a storyteller. And, like, maybe this story wasn't something he experienced. Maybe it was something one of his friends did or somebody he knew closely experienced that, and he would tell that story.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of music is an expression of it is like you can make a story out of it, and like the first verse is the beginning of the story, the middle, and then you got the end and the conclusion, and so it's fun to formulate, and it is like a math problem. Like I totally agree with that.
Yeah. To being selfless, like that stuff still goes on, definitely. Like I don't know if you heard of this rapper before, but I look up to him. He's a good rapper, his name's King Von. He's pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah, he does a lot of storytelling and stuff in his music, so I know where you're coming from with that. I definitely was thinking about making something like that, but it's all the time, you gotta like sit down, plan it out, structure it, see how I'm gonna write it, what am I gonna go for, So yeah, I feel that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's an art, and everyone's going to interpret it a little bit differently too, right?
Yeah.
Some songs might hit me a little bit harder, and then I show it to someone, and they're like, I don't feel that same thing. That's what I really love about music. It's like people go to art galleries and look at pictures and pay thousands of dollars for this stuff, and it's like, doesn't work for me,
Right.
But that's what's cool about music, man. I love the expression behind it, and especially the storytelling stuff. Mikey Tableman, we had him on a month or two ago, and he was a good storytelling kind of artist. He's in the entertainment industry.
He said spoken word artist.
Spoken word
that's
artist.
cool.
Yeah, is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, and his approach was really, really cool and unique to hear about. So,
Yeah.
I appreciate all of it.
Yeah, me too. It's 'cause it's something like the world needs to hear. Like it goes back down to distractions. Just take your mind off of it. Listen to some music. Just get out that mindset of what's bothering you.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, problems are going to keep coming. When you solve a problem, there's another problem right around the corner. That's one thing I've learned at this point in my life is there will always be problems.
And you got to expect it.
There's always going to be an issue, bro.
Yeah,
Ever, forever, and always.
Yeah, especially when things are going so smooth. When I feel like I'm at the top of my game, like, man, everything's just going so good right now. All of a sudden, bam,
Something
problem.
that'll happen. Yeah,
It's
I
like,
feel
here's
that.
life testing us again.
Yeah, it's a test. I think the universe or God does that just to keep us in check. But you also could learn from it, which is the cool part about it. So, if I do hit a jam, I'm definitely gonna learn not to go down that lane again. Just stay in my own lane. So yeah, I feel that definitely.
Good stuff, man.
So one thing we like to ask all of our guests
Okay.
is if you could give humanity a piece of advice so everybody could be better tomorrow,
Yeah.
what would that piece of advice be?
Just love each other, bro. Just give love to each other. Support each other. Just make people feel like they're not alone, 'cause we're all here, there's 7 billion people on this planet. So you can definitely do that, you know what I'm saying? So,
Show love.
yeah.
Solid
Like
advice.
love.
We need it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need it more now than ever, we talked about it in the opening, just how negative everything is right now, and people being caught up in the wrong priorities, and, be good to the people around you, man. Check in on them. See how they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super important, and it's easy to skate over that. We'll just show some love, whatever. But if you really critique, if you really dive into what do you define as showing love to somebody?
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
How do you define showing love, and are you doing that?
That's true.
So let's dive into that. That's the challenge this week is really critique yourself and let's figure out if first of all, do we love ourselves?
True.
Because it's so important. If you don't have self-love, if you're not respecting yourself and you're not treating yourself well and grooming yourself to be the best you, then you're gonna keep people around you that don't support the best you, and they're gonna bring you down. Then so I mean, that's the challenge. I'm switched up. It's so important to show love to other people, but I'm gonna bring it back to let's all challenge ourselves to really define what is our definition of self-love, and are you treating yourself good? Because that's a serious question, and I don't know if many people ask themselves those serious questions, how do you define self-love? How do you define loving other people? And are you doing that?
Yeah. I was asking myself a lot when I was drinking last year. I was I was definitely making bad decisions out of drinking, and I'm this year something in me was just I keep drinking and I keep making the wrong negative decisions, so I'm I need to really stop this I like to call it a loop, this loop that I'm in, of this thought loop that I'm in of hurting people, but I think I'm doing something good, but then I'm actually hurting people out of just drinking, saying the wrong stuff. So it does go down to the self-love, and if you love your health enough, if you love your mental state enough, are you able to nourish it? You can't just be drinking all the time, you can't just be smoking all the time, you gotta balance everything out, keep being healthy, So I feel that's what I was going through with that,
I mean, I think it's awesome that you've made the progress that you have, and as a 35-year-old looking back as an up-and-comer, and you're working hard at it, you have the right mentality. That's where I fucked up. I felt I had everything, but then I felt so confident in myself that I allowed myself to be I'm stronger than opiates, or I'm stronger than this and that.
Yeah.
So That, I guess that's my only warning. You know, it's just like, you know, when you get your shit, when you're really doing your thing, like it's easy to not be humble. Like so you got to stay humble
that
through
ego
it.
is going to be the death.
You
of
keep
some
saying
people.
ego, like yeah.
We're constantly tested with it.
Yeah, and it's like critiquing yourself. You know, the ego. It's like, bro, why am I doing that? You know, it's like you got to check yourself too. You know,
It's true.
So,
Ice Cube said it best: check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Right?
No,
Yeah,
no
that's
doubt
true.
about it, man.
In the spiritual world we are in, gotta be that way.
Absolutely. And you know, to piggyback up one of the things you said, you know, you saw a pattern developing. You know, you called it a loop. You know, you wanted to break those chains and say, look, I don't want this pattern to continue.
Yeah.
This is starting to affect my day-to-day life. This is not what I want to do. You
Right.
made that conscious decision way before most people figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
And so that's good. Keep riding that wave.
One thing I do have a problem with though is like nicotine. I be smoking puff bars and stuff, so I'm like, it's hard to stop them. But I'm getting there. Like,
See, you know it.
I used to smoke.
Conscious of it.
I used to smoke cigarettes at a young age too, so I'm like, I just like trying to stop that too, and I slowed down a lot. Like, I would just be smoking cigarette, and now I'm just like, if it's by me, I might get a craving, but I'm just like, I'm cool. Like, I'll chill.
Deep breaths,
Try
man.
to chill, you know.
Take some deep breaths.
I'll go drink some water or go chew some gum or something. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Gum
call.
is good with that, so like ignore
But
it.
then you can get cavities.
Well,
it's
it
just
depends.
sugar-free gum.
Sugar-free gum is the
Yeah.
way to go. No, I was going to say the
Sugar-free.
same thing. So I chewed tobacco in my early 20s. I was one of those guys, you know, spitting all the time.
Oh, word, yeah.
And now I do toothpicks, mint toothpicks. So I
Oh,
still have,
sure.
you know, the sensation of something happening. But you're right, there's a good substitution there. Gum is a good one. I know a lot of folks go to that.
Yeah, it helps out a lot, like a lot.
Mm.
Craving and stuff. It's just like 'cause it gives you like something to do instead of just.
Yep.
Yeah.
Breaking that habit for sure. It's good stuff, man. I think you're dialed in. I think you got a good head on your shoulders, you know, and you're really seeing the mission here,
Yeah.
you know. And
Yes, sir.
I'm excited to see your success, man. And it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And
Thank you.
we're going to do this again.
Yeah, I'm with it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get you back in.
Yeah,
Do
I'm with
an
it.
annual checkup.
Yeah, I'm with it, man.
We do repeat guests.
All right, shoot, I'm with it. I'll be right here with this dude on God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Lance again over there. He's been working
Yeah,
hard,
Lance
man. I've
has
been
been
watching him
working
out of the
this
corner of
whole
my eye
time.
working those cameras.
He's been working
Yeah.
it, man. He's been working it. It's such a pleasure. I mean,
stuff.
you showed up 20 minutes early, left us a voicemail. You brought a videographer. You're
He's
doing
down.
things that we haven't seen. So I just want to give you major props. Keep it up, man. Stay aware. Keep that moderation piece up that we keep saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the listeners out there, you know, be good to yourselves.
You know you
Yeah.
deserve it.
That's truth. That's truth. Be good to yourself.
We all got to be good to ourselves, man. And before we finish up tonight, where should people go to find AGM Ghettokiid? We're going to leave everything in the show notes down below, of course. Everyone knows that. But where should they go to get in touch, man?
All right. You could check me out on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. I'm on all platforms. I just dropped a single called "So Fly." It's like a reunition of. Have you ever heard "Sugar Sugar" by Baby
Oh, yeah.
Dash?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I kind of just like, I bought the beat off YouTube. You know, I bought it leased. So I'm just running up my streams. You know, I just had to make something to the beat. I loved it. So yeah, go tap in with that everywhere. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. Like this was it's what I needed. You know, I needed to get things off my head, and it helped me a lot. Like really. So thank you guys.
Good to hear that, man. Yeah, and likewise,
Shouts out.
too.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
enjoyed, you know, sitting across this table from you, and I'm glad you had a chance to air some things out. You know, that's what we
Yeah.
try to do.
Yeah.
And you're in the wheelhouse now, brother, so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be supporting you. All listeners, check it out, and let's make tomorrow as good as we made today, because we made today the best day. That's how I feel.
Yeah. So that's true. Tomorrow is always a new start, new beginning.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's always better than yesterday. So hell yeah.
Let's keep this train moving.
Yeah.
You know, good things on the horizon.